headed to the conference tournament. New venue for you guys, but just the way you guys are playing, how confident do you feel in this team right now? The way, you guys are playing some of your best baseball.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're right. I think we've won 15 out of our last 16. Is that correct? So been playing good baseball ever since that Sunday at Coastal Carolina. So, we're really proud of the way that we were able to take that series against Lafayette this past weekend. A really, really good club that they were, very talented in all aspects, and it was a heavyweight bout for sure. And with Sunday, winner take all. So proud of our guys, how they responded after the tough loss on Friday, and I like the way we're playing as we move into conference play, tournament play.
Coach Oz, getting that promotion, that announcement. I mean, just what's your take on it?
Oh, I loved it. That was the plan that I felt like I was in place or a part of to get that put in place back in August. When I met with Jeremy and we talked about my situation and what I would like to have moving forward, and he was all in with that as well. So been by my side for 6 years. He's earned every bit of it. It's been a pleasure watching him grow as a coach, and as he's been a head coach before at the junior college level and high school level, but never at this level. So and this is the highest level. So being able to take over a program that I feel like has tremendous stability in it, and and where we are, it's my pleasure to hand it over to him. It's in good hands.
Coach, the fact that you guys have always seemed to hire from within, guys that have been here, how significant is that, do you think?
Well, I think it's key to our success, and I think when you look at the history of our program, you see that it's been pretty good. It's had a winning formula from one coach to the next, and obviously when you're not winning, there's reason for change and go a new direction. But thankfully we've been able to be consistent in our success, and I think that's because of that is we haven't had that change. Those student athletes in that locker room haven't had constant learning curves under a new coach or coaches, a new philosophy. I think you have coaches within your team year after year. Examples obviously this year, our seniors, Danny Lynch. I mean, he's a player coach on that field, as is Dustin Dickerson, Chris Sargent, Justin Storm, and the list goes on and on. But they know the winning formula, and if a new coach had come in, in their tenure here, then a whole new philosophy takes place, and now a whole new learning curve, and maybe it's not what they had been used to. So what keeps it stable is winning. Obviously, that's what keeps everything in place, and we've been able to do that. And the transition from myself to Coach Ostrander should be very easy.
Coach, to that question, you and Coach Oz's men are kind of cut from the same cloth. Kind of speak to that a little bit.
Yeah, I like to think that, I hope to think that we're good baseball coaches, but I like to think that we're really good developers of young men and what's right and how to go about it, and trying to help them with their choices that they have to make in life and guiding them through those. We're very blessed to have young men that enter our program that have great foundations from their parents. And we're kind of those that just our position is to continue to guide them along. And if somebody stumbles, then it's our job to pick them up and make them learn from it as they move on. Because I want them, when they leave here, I want them better than they found it and when they came in, and not just the person, but also the program. All those things play in, and they go hand in hand. I mean, if you do things right off the field, then good things have a chance to happen on the field. If we have problems off the field, then it's going to carry over here. So, it all goes together.
Can you speak on Danny Lynch accepting a GA spot here?
Oh, that's awesome. We've had a Lynch in this program for 9 years, so it'll continue on. His name will continue, and that family name will continue. But he's been a blessing. His family's been a blessing to our program, and the players that both he and Timmy were and are, and the people they are. You know, they love Southern Miss. They're from Jupiter, Florida, way down there. So, you know, they never knew of Southern Miss before they came here. So certainly they have been able to have great success here, and the people they know now who know who Southern Miss is because of what they did here and the program that they've helped build. So he'll be a great graduate assistant. You know, he's like I said, he's like a player coach on the field. I mean, the third base coach is always the opposing coaches, whether they're assistants or head coaches, are just amazed at how he continues to talk every pitch. But you know what? That's the way it is at practice. Both those young men loved practice as much as they loved the games, and you know they're born to be in this game for sure.
Yeah, Coach, how much fun were you having on Sunday? You know, you're hanging out with Timmy and Danny, the GOAT, you good thing after the game. Just kind of speak to that.
Well, our friendship goes a long ways back. You know, we've had a lot of work together and a lot of good times, and you know, we've had to pull each other up out of some tough times sometimes. You know, every year doesn't go without some stumbles, and with that, everybody grows, you know, and we grow together. And certainly those two young men and their investment in our program, we've had those opportunities through success and failure to grow together. And that was a great moment there after the game on the field with both of those guys, and just having a little fun.
Just speaking on the tournament itself this weekend, what's kind of the schedule for tonight, tomorrow? Will you be watching the games that's going on today?
Oz and Creel have both left this morning at 9. You know, we don't have an idea who we're going to play yet, and it's going to be one of the opponents from either game. It's not just one game. So they left out at 9 this morning to go over to watch the 3 o'clock and 6:30 game. For us, we're going to leave here at 2 and go straight to the hotel, where at that time I think it's just a couple of blocks from the field. Those guys will have meal money to go eat, and they can go to the game if they would like. And then tomorrow we'll start our normal schedule and send out the itinerary tonight with breakfast and what time we leave and all the details that go with game day for a 12:30 start.
I know it's kind of like a cat and mouse thing. Do you like being the 2 seed where you're playing somebody who's already played, or would you rather have already played, or is it? I mean,
no, I mean our game is our game. You know, I think where you get a little concerned sometimes is when the day off is good. You know, people questioned about not having a midweek on finals week. Were you afraid about getting out of a routine? And you know, this time of the year, it's all about just showing up and getting after the game. So, you know, certainly it's in our favor with the team we're going to play have already played a game, but you know, we can't look at any advantages or disadvantages. We've got to look at it as an opportunity, and it's the game, and it's that game that's the most important game that we need to focus on playing.
Yeah, I know it's one game at a time, of course, but potentially, you know, you could match up with Coastal Carolina again, and you know, if that so happens, how hungry do you think you guys would be to see them again?
Well, I don't know if there would be any motivation. If that happens, that's great, because we would both be there on Sunday. So that would be a great scenario for both of us to make it to Sunday. And at that point, you know, I would not use any kind of motivation about, you know, redeeming ourselves after the loss, that sort of thing. I think the challenge was with them when we got beat and hit in the face those 2 games on that Friday and Saturday, and for us to get up off the mat on Sunday and punch back and, you know, and deliver that punch. And what that punch has done is it's enabled us to win 15 of 16. So if we can make it to Sunday and it's Coastal Carolina that we play, it's great for both of us, and it's great for our league, because obviously that's the top 2 teams that finish the regular season.
What's impressed you most about Tanner Hall this season? Just following up what he did last year.
You know, the numbers at the same time, and I talked about this yesterday in the Ferris Award, the numbers are honestly a little scary in that they're better than they were when he won it last year. The only difference is that he traded 20 strikeouts last year more and put him over on the walk side this year. Last year he finished at this time he had 120 strikeouts and 10 walks. This year he's got 100 strikeouts and 30 walks. He's pitched 2/3 an inning more this year than he did last year. His ERA is 2.45. I think last year at this time it was like 2.67. His batting average against was 227 last year. This year it's 203. His wins last year at this time 7-2. This year he's 11-3. I mean, it's pretty incredible, you know. So to have back-to-back seasons like he has, you know, I don't know if anybody's ever really done that. You know, I think Nick Sandlin, had he been given the opportunity in his second year to be a starter for us instead of that middle guy, middle closer, late inning guy, he probably would have done the same thing, in all honesty. But we've never had anybody that has had the back-to-back years like Tanner has, and he's a special talent. That's
I
it.
guess, I mean, headed into the conference tournament, obviously, how confident does this team feel? You guys have won 16 of the last 17. Just what's kind of the attitude for the team headed in?
I mean, we're really excited for sure. Definitely going to use that momentum from these games before to keep us rolling throughout this tournament. But definitely don't want to overlook any teams because, you know, anything can happen out there. So we're going to play each game one game at a time and go after guys just as we've been doing all year, and just going to keep going.
What was your take on the announcement of Coach Oz? How did you find out?
I saw it on Twitter actually, and I mean, that's awesome. He's worked really hard to get to that point, and as you can see, based on our pitching staffs the last however many years, I mean, he's a grinder and he loves to win, and I feel like that's the perfect person to take over this program and keep us growing, because I mean, obviously Coach Barry has set a tone that's pretty strong, along with Coach Corky before him, and I mean, that's something you want to keep going. So just to have Coach Oz take that spot, you wouldn't want anyone else. He lives and breathes this place, and all he wants to do is win, and that's what this program's all about.
Would you have been surprised if it was anybody else?
I would have been surprised, I think so, yeah, because I mean, Coach Oz is the guy for it. There's nobody else that really, you know, showed that dedication to this program like he has. I mean, he loves this place to death.
Tanner, y'all might not have as many pieces as y'all had last year, but over the last 4 to 6 weeks, you can watch the staff just really round into shape. Kind of speak to that, how that kind of happened, and obviously you feel like y'all are built for a tournament again.
Yeah, I mean, I think it just took a little time for us to kind of all figure out what role everyone was going to play and kind of how it was going to piece together. But I think these last couple weeks is kind of when we realized, you know, who was going to pitch when and stuff. And even when those guys were struggling, I think that really made the other guys step up to make sure whenever they did get their chance to go in the game, that they were going to get it done. And I feel like that's what we've seen a lot, is all the pitchers have been competing, all the hitters have been competing, and that's kind of what we needed at the beginning of the year. I feel like it was just we were lacking a little bit on that competitive side as far as like walking guys and letting teams kind of get back into the game when they shouldn't. And lately we've been really shutting them down whenever it comes to that point in the big moments, and we've been responding well.
Like you said, I mean, you guys are kind of in playoff mode, right? You've been in that postseason mode for a few weeks. Just kind of keep it going, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, this is playoff baseball. I've been talking to the freshmen and stuff, telling them, you know, especially the bullpen guys, like, we're gonna need you. Like, this is the time whenever you need everybody, you need all hands on deck. Because there's no one that can be sitting around kind of like, oh, I'm probably not gonna throw today. Like, nah, we're gonna need everybody at some point, whether it's this week or in the regionals, things like that. I mean, if it gets to game fives and stuff like that, you're gonna need every guy you can get, and we need everyone to be fully invested in that and knowing that they're going to get their opportunity.
I don't know how much you guys talk about the postseason possibilities, but you guys are in the conversation post again. What do you think you guys have to do to earn that right?
I mean, I really think we need to go in this conference tournament and show who we are for sure. There's no guarantees either way, so at the end of the day, we're going to play each game hard no matter what, whether or not we have a chance of hosting or not. I mean, obviously we want to win the whole thing, so it all starts tomorrow in game 1, so we're going to go right after them, and hopefully we can keep rolling. And if we get that host site, I mean, that would be awesome for us, because I mean, everybody wants to play here again for sure. I know I do. I know all those guys in there do too, so it'll be really exciting to find out where we end up.
Tanner, could you kind of speak to this season for you? You may have started a little slower than you started the year before. Of course, everybody's got the book on you. But from midseason on, man, you've gotten really dialed in. Your command's really tight. Ball's really moving, especially to change. Heck, you might have even picked up a tick or two on your velo. Can you kind of speak to that?
Yeah, I think at the beginning of the year, I was really bought into the fact that, you know, like, I wasn't really going to have the exact same year as last year, so I was like, let me just go out, attack guys as normal, kind of let them put the ball in play and let us make plays. And I feel like after that Coastal game, I really kind of changed modes a little bit and was like, okay, like I'm going to have to really get after some people because I wasn't quite having the year I wanted to have up to that point. So I was like, I'm going to go back to, you know, who I am and what I need to do. And, you know, that's kind of what we needed for the team. And I felt like that was my priority. I needed to be, you know, setting the tone on a Friday. And after doing something like that on a Friday at Coastal, I was like, okay, this can't happen anymore. I need to really show guys what needs to happen from here on out. So ever since then, I kind of been really in attack mode and just going right after hitters.
Pretty cool the other day, you and Reese going back to back, obviously high school teammates. I mean, on senior day, just how cool of a moment was that?
Yeah, it was a really great moment. I played with him for many years, and just to be able to share that moment, you know, it might be the last time we ever play here together. And it's one of them things. It was amazing. You know, after the game, he was like, you know, couldn't have went out any better way, and it was really special to both of us.
For you guys, you know, you've won 16 or 17 games. You know, what's come together for you guys over the last month or so? I mean, to really be playing some of your best baseball.
Yeah, I just think playing baseball, all aspects of the game, very well. You know, we've been playing very good defense, and we've been pitching well and been hitting well as well. I think it's just playing together as a team, and you know, just doing all elements right. And we've been doing that, and you know, momentum's been on our side, and that's what's I think it's been helping us a lot.
And for you personally at the plate, just what do you think's changed for you? You know, the last month or so.
Yeah, just more just playing relaxed. You know, early on I was pressing a lot, and just lately I just understood just to relax and just play the game hard and just know that it could be my last time ever playing the game of baseball and just enjoy it and having fun.
Right. And I want to ask too, like your reaction to the Coach Oz news. You know, what was that like?
Yeah, this program's in good hands. He's been that guy. He's a leader. I mean, he's always led us. Obviously, Coach Barry's the big man. He's always, you know, been the one that's led us. But Coach Oz been right there with him, and just, you know, couldn't be more happy for him. And this team and this program's in very good hands.
How'd you find out?
Just over the message, I think, and then Coach Barry talked to us about it, and it was one of them things that Coach Barry wanted to tell us in person, and it was we all knew it was coming. We all kind of can see it coming just like Coach said, the respect that they have for him. It's just I'm very happy for him.
You know, Tanner was talking about how he's been kind of telling the other younger guys about what it takes in tournament. Have you been kind of talking to the younger guys about what it takes in tournament?
Yeah, it's just got to play the game like it's your last, everyone, because you know at the end of the day, a lot of these teams ain't really playing for regional, so they have to win. So it's one of them things where they're coming for us, and we gotta play hard because you know we might already be set to make a regional somewhere, but we can't act like that. We gotta act like we gotta win this tournament. We gotta go out and play hard because every team's trying to win it.
Yeah, I know it's one game at a time, but Coach Barry said that, you know, from the players' perspective, that weekend in Coastal Carolina kind of lit a fire. Potentially, you could match up against them on Sunday if you get there. I mean, how huge would that be for you guys? What would the motivation be?
Yeah, just to get them again. Yeah, we dropped two to them, and we'd like to get them back. You know, it'd be one of them things where if we did play them in the championship, it'd be really fun. You know, we just understand that we have a little chip on our shoulders to get after them again, and we're going to do that.